Yo, YouTube, Dewey Mason in the building, Skeleton Mason in the building, Mic'd Up Mason in the building. Chat, we back at it again. My bad for having lazy eyes, bro. I'm low-key tired. Been studying, man. Long day. But today, we're gonna be reacting to being attractive versus being ugly in high school. Y'all know how this goes, but it's either you're attractive or you're ugly in high school, dog. I'm not gonna keep it a stack. So which one are you, buddy? Nah, I'm playing. But we're gonna be reacting to that. Let's see what bro's talking about.
Attraction. Whether you give a damn about how you look or not, it goes without saying your appearance is your first impression. From your fit to your face, people's first thought of you is either, I like how this person looks, they're inviting, or damn, this nigga ugly than a Now, if I'm being honest, all my life I've been told that I'm a handsome young man. When I would go into my mother's job at 14, her employees would consider statutory. I may have had a good foundation, but I was like you once. I had the little kid special, the low cut, the baldino jack, basically bald with a line up buck teeth. I always had that shit on though. My mom did not play about us looking crazy. But when I finally grew into my big old head, started filling in my shirts, they didn't look like a cloak on my body anymore, I realized the true power of what being attractive does. But just like everything else,
yo, I won't lie, no glaze, this nigga's attractive. Like, me and this dude low-key look identical. On some real shit though. Like, y'all see it, right? Me and this guy, but we look the same, gents. And to anyone saying you're not, you're lying. But me and this dude low-key look the same. Like, me and this dude low-key attractive. We both get girls. No cap. Like, he looked like my twin, right? If I was to take this durag off, you'd see why I'm saying that. Like, me and this dude low-key look identical, bro.
in this world there are pros and
both attractive.
Will allow me to present to you the truth of being ugly versus attractive in school. To begin where most of us start out at, being a chopped young nigga. A lot of us start here. This is where you build your character and you start realizing that you like more than video games and fruit snacks and shit. You're not really too worried about how you look because you're a kid. Around elementary school, this really don't matter. Only big standards were like speed and the type of snacks that your mom packed in your lunchbox and shit. And that's good because there's no reason why you need to even be indulging in any activity so young. It's not until like middle school when you start to realize, damn, you start waking up with your willy hard and shit. Wait, just one sec. Just want to take this time to tell y'all, come pull up to the reaction channel. I have 2 Astral Dior Plus and more Astral Dior. If you want to see more of me, go ahead, hit those links in the description, bro. We be having
bro, let's get back to the video.
It was so difficult for me to not stare at this girl. I was like in 6th grade, she was in 8th. Catching myself daydreaming about her riding bikes. See her walk by at one of my games, airballing layups and shit. I say all that to say it's around this period where you're starting to actually find women attractive. Just as we are finding them attractive, they are finding us. So that inspires us to start working on your appearance. You remember how around this—
I remember like me, I only woke up in like the 7th grade when I realized like, yo, bro, there's actually fine shits in this world. That's when like I was in the 7th grade. Before that, I did not care about any of that, bro. I think, bro, me and my boys, we just playing, dog. That's like, we just playing around. I remember we used to do this thing where we used to act like superheroes and fight each other and shit, bro. That shit corny. When I think about it, it's low-key corny, bro. Like, all the cool kids in the 6th grade weren't doing that. I'm not gonna lie. But it is what it is, though. It is what it is, though. Those my boys. I love my boys.
This period you cared more about how you might have been dressing, the way your hair looked. It's because deep down you wanted to be attractive and desired. Like I said, I knew I wasn't unattractive because older women would always say to my mom if I was walking with her, he's so handsome, he's gonna do something with the ladies, but that just didn't reflect when I was in school at the time. That may have been true, but in school I was undesired. Nobody wanted me. Where I was living at the time was heavily Hispanic. Around this time Justin Bieber had just popped off. He was going stupid. Thing about Hispanic people, they can put their hair to the side, do the Justin Bieber little cut that he had. Niggas can't do that. I mentioned earlier the haircut that I was sporting was so low. During the winter, not wearing something on my head was asking for hypothermia. Anyway, I would go into school, girls would deadass be asking, why are you bald? Walking through there looking like Lil Bill every day. But my fits was clean though. And what comes right after being unwanted is also being rejected. Because when you finally gain a little bit of confidence to be like, you know, I'm actually gonna pull up on shorty, I'm gonna talk to her and walk up, she hit you with that forbidden ill, that's enough to almost make a nigga turn homosexual. My apologies, I'm lying. But no doubt that you carry that and it really hurts your soul. First time being rejected was weird because I actually got with the girl that I wanted to be with. When she randomly sent her homegirl to break up with me and I asked why, I found out it was because she thought I was a nice guy and I was cool. She liked this Mexican Justin Bieber haircut ass nigga.
And I just was not that.
Bro, my first girl left me for a Nigerian dude. And no offense to my Nigerian brothers, I know y'all niggas cold. I know y'all just got it like that. But boy, my first girl literally left me, dog. And I think I was in like the 6th grade. My first girl, she called like her. I remember this story, dog. But I'ma just say her name, dog. I think her name was Offense, dog. Her name was Offense, dog. So like, bro, she was some fine shit, light skin, knew how to dress. Well, I thought she knew how to dress at the time. I had no drip. Remember, I had no drip back in the day. But you know, hey boy, don't let this skeleton hoodie get you fooled. I can put that shit on right now, but don't let it get you fooled, buddy. But let me get back to the story. So Fede, yeah, dog, this girl, Fancy, right? But I remember, like, we in the 6th grade. She calls, like, how she broke up with me. She called her. She told her friend. Her friend went up to me. She's like, "Hey Joe, Fancy wants to break up with you." And but the whole time, it was in the morning. I was playing with my boys. I was playing soccer with the boys. Like, "Hey Joe, Fancy wants to break up with you." I'm like, "What? You lying?" She's like, "Nah, she told me to say this to you." I'm like, "Bro, you lying, bro." And then my boys, you know how boys be. My boys at the back is laughing. I'm like, "Nigga, what the?" I'm like, "Nigga, what?" And like, so that happens, and like this girl, right? This girl goes to her friend. So break pulls up. I feel it, weird break. I'm like, I go to Fancy. She's at the tuck shop. My nigga, you know what this shorty did? She didn't even look at me. My nigga, she looked away. I'm like, "Yo, what's up? What, you breaking up with me?" She looked away, bro. She looked away, boy. My nigga, she wasn't looking at my face. And then her friend, yo, bro, I hate that girl. She annoying, bro. She was salty because she was getting no play. Simple. But Fede, boy, she's like, "Nah, she doesn't want to talk to you. You guys broke up." My boys at the back, this is grade 6, by the way. My boys at the back is like, "Hey boy, tell her to give you back the money you got her for ghost clothes. Tell her to give you back the money you got her for flowers." Hey boy, bro, that was my first heartbreak, my nigga. My heart was torn, dog. My heart was torn, dog. My boys at the back like, "Boy, you know she left you for this other dude, I forgot the nigga's name. But this other Nigerian dude, bro. No shade to my Nigerian brothers. I know y'all cold, as I said. I know y'all got it like that. But Fede, dog, this nigga's taller than me, faster than me, cooler than me. I'm like, fuck. My nigga, she didn't even want to talk to me. That was my first heartbreak, my nigga. I will never forget that. I done went on a villain arc after that, dog.
Although those are the negatives, there are actual positives to coming up being an unattractive nigga. One, you don't fall into hypersexual shit so young. But the amount of young girls getting pregnant in middle school is actually egregious. How are you walking out pregnant at 12, 13, starting their family life before they learned algebra? You still get to come up and be a kid, you get to chill. When I finally did get a girl around this time, I'm so geeked and hyped, and like a lot of us, corn done tainted our brains young. I'm in middle school, 8th grade, trying to get head.
Well, nigga, if you don't sit down.
Another thing is you get to gain certain skills in different places. Y'all know those women or dudes or people who are pretty attractive, but they don't have no personality. They like bland. It's like talking to a wall. If you was an ugly nigga, you ain't got to go through that. You get to learn to be the class clown and be funny. You get to make up for it in certain places. You know what I'm saying? Lastly, you get to glow up. I feel like everybody has an opportunity to glow up. Your glow up might not be like somebody else's because you're probably already pretty low on that scale. You don't possess the properties to allow yourself to get to a certain point, but that's okay. You glow up still. If you had an issue with being real skinny like I did, you can get big. Teeth crooked, you get braces. A lot of people's come ups was during this period, but this is where I start to transcend and leave you chopped niggas. Some of you niggas didn't get to have the best of both worlds like me. I got to feel how it felt to not be the most attractive nigga, but then I got to feel the wrath and the power of a nigga that
y'all love me.
Like I said, the predominantly Hispanic school that I was going to, I went there from middle school to my first year of high school. It wasn't until I moved to a more African American area and went to a new school that I realized the power that I had. Yes, I hit puberty. Yes, my jaw started to sharpen up a little bit. The day I really knew it changed, I had visited my old school, seeing a lot of the people that wasn't stunting me at the time. Left and had DMs, calls, trying to figure out what was going on. But before I get into all the positives of that, I would like to talk about the negatives of growing up attractive, because they are there. First, learning how to navigate women young. Learning about girls in middle school, 8th grade and shit, for the most part, pretty innocent, besides those people that was getting pregnant. It's very subtle. I had my first kiss in middle school, barely texting my mom over here checking my phone. Whenever you are talking about anything, it's some bullshit. Y'all have nothing to talk about. Once you cross over to that teenage world, you actually start to learn how demonic women can be, especially when they want you and they coming up to you. First, you might not really even notice. Like I said, at one point I was not a desired young man, but when I finally turned up, I had women pushing up on me, asking for my number, what school I'm going to. For a moment it was overwhelming.
Yeah,
Since I started getting,
I know you gents never experienced this. That's tough.
into my bag, and I should not have been getting in my bag so young. It didn't take until my second year of high school till I started smashing. I need to be focused on schoolwork and basketball, but instead this girl going through my phone, kicking me out in the IHOP parking lot. Obviously this can also be a pro, because when you're finally out of school, you're not like some of these niggas. Y'all know the ones that we be laughing at when we be like, oh, he didn't get no girls in school because they act out of character for him, they be acting out of body. It's clear that getting women is just new to them. Travis Hunter. But just like everything else, there's levels to it. You feel gassed up, you feel on top of the world, what basically leads you to having so much confidence that you just start doing things. You feeling like him, you talking to multiple girls, shooting at women twice your age. The next thing is being seen as soft. When you are an attractive person, you automatically be seen as somebody that don't get their hands dirty, a pretty nigga, and don't fuck around to be light skinned like me. Now they talking about light skinned, pretty nigga, oh he da da da. It's cool that used to upset me so bad to the point where it made me flash. It made me one of those niggas that would flash easily.
Yeah, man, like yeah, bro, I know what he's going through. I go through that all the time, you know, like just being, you know, being a 10 out of 10 dude, you know, it's like a blessing and a curse. I know you gents can't relate, but hardy gents. I don't make the rules, bro. I don't make the rules.
Lunch table roast, because if somebody says something, I'm getting too mad. I became very sensitive, trying to prove that I'm a man like the rest of y'all. Think about it like this. You see somebody that's more attractive on the street, you feel welcome. You don't feel threatened. You feel like you can come up and talk to this person. Think about that one grimy chop person you saw, had his hoodie on. Your heart automatically go up. And in its essence, that's just what's going on subconscious. At the end of the day, as long as you stand your ground, you good. Know that you're not to be played with. But that stigma is there though. Something else from the male perspective is that automatically niggas think you trying to shoot at women all the time, or that you got women lined up. Forget just from a male perspective, from a female one too. The amount of times that I've been speaking to a woman and she said,
you probably got to all these hoes, da da da.
I ain't gonna lie, some free game. The best thing is just be like, I mean, yeah, you know what it is. Like, it ain't really nothing, some free game real quick. Or a nigga be like, bro, call one of your hoes, bro, I'm not even living like that. In a group with my friends, they trying to send me off to talk to this person. I'm chilling. Now, the positives of growing up attractive.
Wait, and I have that one homie, dog, that's so attractive.
Somebody look at you and catch a gaze, see that you one of them. That does feel good. Two, you definitely get treated a little bit better. You're just accepted a lot more. More people are willing to talk to you, and it's almost a little bit of a con too if you're somebody that's more introverted like me. For instance, I could be walking in the mall, and for some reason, somebody I do not know feel like they can strike a conversation up with me. A lot of the time, I'm not trying to talk. I'm trying to be alone. But when you need it, people will treat you better, whether they like what they see, or it's just nice to see a good looking person. Next, I'm not gonna lie,
the hoes, I ain't gonna lie, that's hard.
If you are living crazy, which I do not suggest none of y'all do, it's just too many risks, too many STDs. The selection of women you get to choose from is broad. Being able to get certain women that other people cannot get, ultimately it just feels good. And what leads to my next thing, you don't really have to try too hard. A simple hey that you can say in the DM goes a long way. You don't
Thanks, but a lot of you boys, dog, y'all looking at gents that look like, y'all looking at gents that look like Central C, nah. You letting a nigga that looks like Central C give you tips on how to pull girls, my nigga. Results may vary, dog. Results may vary, boy. You can't look at a dude. You can't look at a gent, dog, that looks like Central C, Joe. You can't let a 10 out of 10 guy tell you how to pull women. It's not gonna work for you. For him, he doesn't have to. He doesn't have to do all that. All he can do is just say hey on the DMs and instantly start talking. You, on the other hand, buddy, you say hey to 5 different girls, but they leave you on red. It's tough. It's tough. It's tough, but you must have your power level before you do things, gents. You feel me? Like me, I'm not gonna lie to you. I'm not gonna lie. I'm gonna keep it a stack. Keep it a buck. You have to look at your power level before you can approach a girl. Okay, if this hand is at level 500 and when you're my level 50, hardy buddy. you have to be special. You have to be special to pull that. No cap. But in terms of Instagram DMs, it's chat. It's chat. It's
gotta craft no crazy message. It can be very, very simple. I know y'all seen those videos where somebody don't even say nothing, they just put the phone out. Although those might be fake and exaggerated, it can also be true. I've been in loud environments where I just pull the phone out, I can't really hear you, and just get handed over, and I was winning. In school, I was going crazy, I'm not gonna lie. But at the end of the day, it doesn't matter how you look, as long as you're a good person, you have good morals and values, that's really all that you need to stand on. And if you want to look better, there's always a way that you can. You can always put forth some type of effort to look a certain way or better your appearance. concerns. That's the good part. But if that's not your concern, don't worry about it. Live your life, follow your purpose, and you'll be happy regardless. That being said, man, like the video, sub up, comment up, binge the recipes on the channel, bro. It has been a minute since I've dropped a video. I wanted to get one out to y'all. I'm coming up with new kind of different ideas, doing other things rather than the type videos that I do. Since I've been gone, I've made a plethora of channels, bro. I have 2 reaction channels, a vlog channel, and a live channel, which I'll have all linked down in the description. Plenty of content.
Subscribe.
I'm posting very consistently on every single.
But now on some real stuff though, gents, ish, boy. If you're chopped, boy, it's like being chopped is like life on hard mode, boy. Like, if you're chopped and you don't have like a mouthpiece, because I've seen some, boy, don't think if you're chopped you can't pull shawties. Don't get it twisted. You can max out your stats and you can have that good tongue piece, bro. That thing where you be able to talk to girls, dog. I've seen this happen. I've seen, my nigga, I've seen 2 out of 10s beg 10 out of 10s, dog. And you wonder how, but it's like the mouthpiece, dog. It's all about the mouthpiece. And obviously the way you hold yourself and like your reputation and type of nigga you are. But if you were low-key a loser and you chop, yeah, you cook. You done. But anyways, boys, hope that helped. Love y'all niggas.